All right, guys. Welcome back to Perspective Shift Frequency Activations with Mr. Christopher Blackwell. How we doing, Christopher?
I'm doing well. I'm doing really, really well, and so good
Good.
to see you guys. Yeah, can't wait. Can't wait to
Oh,
do
this is
this
going to be a great
this
episode.
session.
Yes.
Yeah.
So for those tuning in, we have Love Coach Kayla with us as a guest host.
Hello, everybody.
How
I'm
we
filling
doing?
in for Frank. I'm awesome. I'm excited. I love Christopher's sound activations. I think they're awesome. So
Me too.
excited to be here.
Yes, excited to be here is right. It's going to be a fun night. We got Frank tuning in with us well from afar. Frank is on a trip with his wife this week, and so we wanted to make sure we were keeping to our schedule of every second Wednesday with Christopher Blackwell for our frequency activations. So that's why we have Love Coach Kayla tuning in as a guest host. So thanks everybody who's also jumped in with us. It looks like we've got a couple guests. We'll let everybody continue to filter in. I'll be accepting any what do you call it, like invites or
Yep.
admissions to our chat room and to our participants. So I'll keep an eye out on that. And then other than that, I say we kind of get the ball rolling. Are you ready to start on your end, Christopher?
Yep. Absolutely.
Awesome.
Perfect. So diving into the fourth chakra today, huh? One of the most important chakras. You want to tell us a little bit about the fourth energy center, Christopher?
Yeah. So absolutely. So we've worked on the base, sacral, and solar plexus chakras, and I kind of think of the heart chakra, which is loosely speaking in the middle of the chest region. I kind of think of it as like a midway point between the higher and lower chakras. So you have the lower three chakras, which are often very connected with survival instincts and childhood patterning. And then you have the higher chakras where you receive that inspiration directly through the crown, for example, visions in the third eye and the throat chakra communication. And the heart sort of sits in between that. So for me, well, I could say a lot about the heart. They say there's more nerve endings in the heart, in the physical heart, than there are in the brain.
Yep. Heard
And
that.
the heart chakra to me is like kind of this place where all the universes fit, like the entire universe sort of fits energetically within the heart chakra. It holds, it receives all different spaces. And it's also a place where we either feel love or we feel fear, where we feel a lot of our childhood traumas and pains are often in the heart chakra, and obviously they are in all the chakras, but in a specific way we will feel often it's that sense when people feel they can't go on, or it's just too overwhelming, or it often just sits in the heart chakra. A lot of those childhood wounds. So we'll work today when I start doing the meditations on how to release and dissolve those patternings and the places where we haven't loved ourselves. Where we've been hard on ourselves. They'll hit different chakras, but they'll certainly come into the heart chakra. So I want to work today, yeah, a little bit with the inner child and with the places where we haven't loved ourselves and we've kept this closed. And just as an example of, I had a client recently who had a big heart when she was young, and then she had incredible childhood trauma, and she said from that point she went numb, and she's now just in her 60s. She's just starting to melt and open that. Now she went numb to keep safe because she didn't want to have her heart trampled on anymore. So if we've had any abuse or just felt not safe, then we tend to close this place, or a relationship. So it's not something that can be forced open, but it can be encouraged, nurtured, and we can hold a space. Melted is almost the way I would see it. Yeah.
I think that's beautiful. Are there any like physical symptoms you would have if you had a closed heart chakra?
Great question.
Great question. Now I just have to find an answer.
I know, right? That's the fun part.
I don't have anything offhand. I know that people can obviously feel pain if there's a closeness, but there can be pain and palpitations also in the physical heart, also when there's an energetic opening. So they're going to be different symptoms, and to be honest, I don't have an exact list of what they are with me at the moment, but there would be, I'm sure there are a range of symptoms connected with the heart chakra. And when they drop in, I will I will share them for you.
You'll share those.
No,
Yeah.
that sounds good. I just heard
Yeah.
before when your heart chakra opens that like sometimes people feel like their I've just heard people say like they feel like heart
Yeah.
palpitations. So I was just curious.
Absolutely, and certainly for myself, with 10, 15 years ago, I didn't feel the heart. I had that experience of it feeling numb, and I wanted to feel. And during the process of it, and it's an ongoing process that continues of it slowly opening and opening, I had, I went into emergency because I thought I was having a heart attack, and it was just this energetic. I realized later opening because they did all the tests. Your heart is fine, and so there can be, and I'm not saying people to ignore
Any
things
heart
like
thing,
go to a doctor if you need to, but there can be signs that stuff is opening emotionally, an emotional shift, a releasing of the old baggage, and then the heart flowering, and in the process there can be a little bit of adjustment, which can be physical as well.
So that's so interesting that you said that because when I met
Yeah,
Mike, I started having do you remember this? I started having these crazy heart palpitations, and I'm also not saying to ignore them, guys. Go to a doctor.
yeah.
Literally, but I also went, and she's like, literally laughed at me. She's like, "Why are you here?" I'm like, "Because I'm having crazy heart palpitations." She's like, "There's nothing wrong with you." And then we looked it up, and it can be like physical symptoms of like when you meet your partner or something. It's so funny.
Ah, nice. You
super
got
cool. Yeah.
Mike palpitations. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Right. But it's
I love
funny
it.
how like the different energy flowing through us can actually have a physical effect like that, whether that's heart palpitations, whether that's a non-physical but an emotional feeling, or maybe just a sense of
Yeah.
something different, within the system, within the body.
It's just the third dimensional projection of the energy or
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
quantification of the energy.
Yep, we pick up on that.
Ab-
So glad you
Absolutely, and
brought that up.
whatever's happening with the energy flow and our emotional body and our belief systems, it's all because the energy is always trying to come back to homeostasis, but when it can't, it goes to the next possible place. You know what I mean? So it wants to flow this way naturally, but if it can't, because there's a belief or an emotion that stuck there, heavy emotion, and it's going to go where it can. So it'll try to go around that, but in that, it'll become some kind of blockage. It's doing its best, but at that point in time, there's too much resistance for it to go a certain way. So it'll then cause all sorts of little disharmonies in the body.
I love that.
Yeah,
Great explanation there. I mean,
yeah,
so when we're talking about the heart chakra, like you were saying, the heart has neurons just like a brain. There is a lot of activity, energy going on in the heart. Heart is a vortex. I've heard that, the way it's like wrapped. It kind of
yeah,
unwinds in like almost like a DNA type of,
yeah,
pattern. If you were to
yeah.
unwind the heart, the heart itself must be a crucial, like you're saying, we got three above, three below, and then we got the heart right there. So would you say that the heart is one of the most important energy centers that we have?
Very hard to say most important, but I think, I mean, the heart is connected to love. So in that sense, I would say yes, it's connected to feeling, deep feeling and compassion and so many things. And like you say, it is in between the two, the upper and the lower chakras. So it is that midpoint. And sometimes the flow of energy will either stop at, say, the solar plexus or the heart and not go further. So having the heart open helps the flow down and also helps the flow of the energy from the rest of the centers. Yeah.
That's great. That's important. It's going to be
Yeah.
those crucial energy centers that, we're excited to work with you tonight to open up.
Yeah.
Christopher, for those tuning in for their first time, can you tell them a little bit about what you do? Christopher Blackwell is out of Australia. Christopher, I'll turn it over to you.
Sure. Yeah, so essentially what I do is I help people to activate the energy in their system, activate the fact that they're perfectly pure and whole, and there's a place in them that knows that they're free now and that nothing is wrong with them. And from this place, we create a neutral energy. We create a neutral energy that we can then actually manifest powerfully from. So it's like helping people to dissolve quickly the resistance that's in their system, make peace with where they're at, and then we get to create something new. So I'm excited about helping people create new possibilities on the energetic plane and then commit to these new possibilities and this new identity in the world, so that it's not just an idea, so that they actually take action as this new possibility. And the first step is, yeah, we start to bring the system into alignment so the resistance starts to dissolve.
I love that.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
We're excited to get things kicked off with you tonight, Christopher. Do you want to
sounds
start
good.
with a little bit of a meditation, or how would you like to kick this episode off with?
Sure, I'll start with the meditation and we'll just see where it flows. And I may do a little bit of a process during the meditation, which I think I might have done in another episode, which is called the Compassion Keys.
Okay.
And the Compassion Keys, we're working with the heart chakra, but in this process, we're going to focus on the heart and the solar plexus at the same time. And we're basically going to say the words, I'm sorry, and I'm going to say the words, and you can just repeat them to yourself or out loud or internally. And it's basically saying, I'm sorry to the inner child that has felt broken, shamed, humiliated, disconnected. So it's like, I'm sorry you are feeling ... But I will say all that, and I'll bridge that in. I'll bleed that into the meditation. All right. So
I love doing this. Yeah, I love doing this.
yeah,
Talking
yeah.
to the inner child.
Beautiful. All right. So focusing on your heart chakra and just taking a deep breath in and out. And anywhere that you've judged your heart, judged your own knowing, judged your own presence, judged your own inner child, let's bring that up now so that it can be dissolved, transformed, and transmuted. Deep breath in and out. And anywhere my heart feels too raw, too trampled on, I feel too unsafe, I feel like I have to keep it locked away. It's just too raw. There's been too much life. There's been too much shit that's gone down. And so I just feel wounded, resentful, kind of like a dog that's been injured or something. I'm just like shying away from life. Anyone who feels like that, we just let that energy come to the surface so that it can be cleared, released, dissolved, transmuted. Into deep breath in and out. Okay, I want you to feel now your heart and your solar plexus. And we're going to talk to this inner child energy. Okay, so I'm sorry you. When I say you, I mean the inner child. You're talking directly to that place that feels those patterns or those wounds. I'm sorry you judged you. Deep breath in and out. I'm sorry you judged you. I'm sorry you made yourself wrong at every turn. And you can talk straight to the heart or to the inner child or both at the same time. I'm sorry you made yourself wrong at every turn. I'm sorry you felt you had to sacrifice your fragility in order to survive in the world. That's got a bit of energy. I'm sorry you felt you had to sacrifice your fragility in order to survive in the world. I'm sorry you didn't know how to find your way home, spiritually speaking, or in terms of coming back to your own beingness or knowingness that all is well. I'm sorry you didn't know how to find your way home. Deep breath in and out. I'm sorry that every time you feel like you start something new, you fall flat on your face. Or you feel like life comes and pushes you back down. And I'm sorry that you have judged yourself for this. It's just not having it. Or that life has it in for you. That the universe, God, divine, has it in for you. Anything around this, we just allow that to move through. I'm sorry you kept your dreams hidden because of past beliefs or past failures, perceived failures, past times when you've had dreams and they've been criticized, unacknowledged, you felt humiliated, you felt shamed, you've been told it's not possible. And anywhere where you're holding that in your heart, let's that come to the surface now so that it can be transformed, transmuted. Deep breath in. If you need to move your body at all, just allow your body to move. Beautiful. Just feel a beautiful lotus flower in the heart chakra, center of the chest. Just feel it opening, blooming. Deep breath in and out. What would be possible if I honored my heart? From this day forth, what would be possible if I honored my heart, if I honored that child within, if I said kind words to my heart, to that little child? Beautiful. Let's go back to the age of 5. We're going to clear any belief systems, 5 and 7, that are sitting in the field in terms of I am not safe, or the other kids don't understand me or like me, or it's not safe at home, it's not safe on the playground, I can't express myself, I can't relax, and I can't enjoy myself. And anywhere where that's sitting in the in your field, we ask for that to come to the surface now so that it can be cleared and released. Deep breath in and out. And anywhere where I've been asking permission to open my heart, to have a fulfilling relationship, to have a fulfilling career, to receive from life, asking permission as though I am so lowly that I need permission to receive. And where it's been coming from an energy of lack, we ask that to come to the surface now so that you can simply have, receive, be, claim the energy that you are. Deep breath in and out. Deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. What would it be like if I trusted the intelligence of the heart? What would it be like if I honored and woke that intelligence up through my attention? Gentle, soft attention in the heart region, heart chakra. And anywhere that I haven't forgiven my parents, let's go, like, what am I getting? The ages of 2, 5, 7, 9, 11, that I haven't forgiven my parents for not feeling safe to open my heart, or feeling that my heart got trampled on in any way, or not honored. We ask for that to come to the surface now so that it be cleared and released from the heart chakra itself. So I don't have to hold the heaviness of old traumas in the heart, a density that I no longer need, and asking for that to move through now. And anywhere where the heart has not been in communication with the other energy centers and the other parts of my body, where the heart has either been hiding or trying to act in isolation, or there's been no communication with the other centers, or poor communication, we ask for that to dissolve now and recommunication between all of the chakras of the body. Beautiful. And I'm feeling a Pleiadian energy coming through, so I'm just going to allow some sounds, and these are codes is what I'm getting. Codes for the heart chakra. Okay, what would you like to manifest in your life? What are your heart's desires? Plant those seeds now. See yourself planting them in the heart chakra now. Just holding, let's just hold each other in the light and feel golden light moving between us all. And everyone who's going to watch this call on replay, we're just opening that we all create new networks, new possibilities in the heart, and that people start receiving the things that they've asked for, feeling better in their body, feeling more connected. Okay, and now we're just going to take 3 deep breaths up from the earth through the soles of the feet and let them move all the way into the heart, those breaths, into the heart chakra. So 3 slow deep breaths in, up from the earth, through the soles of the feet into the heart, and then gentle breath out. Allowing the earth energy and the heart energy to connect. And just as we complete this meditation, I want you to think of one thing that you no longer choose to say to yourself, something that hurts your body, your heart, something where when you say it to yourself, you feel less than. It could be I'm not good enough, it could be I'm worthless, it could be whatever it is, something that you're saying to yourself that is causing stress to your system. I am always like this, or I am always like that. Whatever it is, choose something and make a choice as best as you can from this day forth. And it's okay if you don't do it every time, you just witness it. What am I going to choose not to say to myself anymore? And notice how that shifts your body and your nervous system and your heart. Beautiful. And when you're ready, just in the next few seconds, you can just slowly come back. Another couple of breaths in and out, and then we'll come back. I feel like I could just stay here meditating with you guys, but we've got a podcast to do. Got a podcast to do, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah.
I love it.
Boy, oh,
That
boy.
was amazing. I was like seeing sacred geometry.
Chris,
Oh, nice.
love it. It's crazy how only after a few minutes what a reset something like that does to just like the overall nervous system.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially you bring sound into it and intention into it and a group energy into it, and things can shift fast. And I had someone recently who came to me and said, that session did more than a year with my psychotherapist or whatever. Now, I'm not having to go at psychotherapists or psychiatrists. There's a total place for them, 1,000,000%, and they have skills that I don't have. But it just shows when you're working with the body and sound and resonance, how quickly things can move. Yeah.
Love that. And I do believe that's the future of our medicine. I think we're going to see, medicine go away from cutting into the physical body, treating this as a physical entity. And I think we're going to go more towards sound and light therapy, and frequency and vibration is our future.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think, was it Einstein or Tesla or someone who mentioned that? That would be the way, but yeah, absolutely.
Oh, see, that's beautiful. That's definitely. I'm sure Edgar Casey probably had a prophecy about it as well.
Yeah,
but that's the future, of medication is frequency and sound. And I just recently saw an article how they're using frequency to break apart. It was like cancer cells or something like that.
Oh wow!
But it's a non-invasive way to go in there and break things up, and it's through frequency and vibration.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pretty cool.
It's beautiful. There's so much stuff coming out now, and I think in 10, 15, 20 years, we'll be amazed at what...
I think we'll look back and go, I can't believe we were doing a lot of...
Yeah. or doing what we were doing before,
Yeah,
chop,
like, oh my
chop,
God,
chop.
can you believe these guys are cutting into the body, trying to cut this out rather than just,
Yeah,
shooting frequency, or directing frequency and intention towards something.
exactly.
I think we're
Yeah,
going to see some wild, very cool advancements in medicine.
absolutely. And well, look at what they're doing with scalar waves and PEMF. And look, I'm not an expert in it to talk about it in detail, but I'm doing a workshop on tomorrow, and it's in this scalar lounge where they're pumping out a specific frequency, and people have had so many miracles
See,
stories through that. Yeah.
it's so cool you bring that up. Kayla, that's what we did
We
in
did.
Sedona.
Yeah, and it was crazy. I went so deep with the scalar way. I was like, what is happening? I'm having all these crazy visions. It was pretty cool though. But they did tell us people walk in there like hunched over because they have such bad back pain and scoliosis, and they come out standing straight up and like they're just fine. It's like so crazy.
It is cool.
Yeah.
I love
It's
seeing
amazing where it's going. It's so cool. You've got a lot over there. It would have started in America. So yeah.
Yeah, in Sedona, there's some beautiful stuff going on. They
Yeah.
also have a scalar wave center here
Here.
in Scottsdale, right? So
Wow.
there's some cool stuff. And I remember sitting in that room, and it was all these like blinking screens and all this stuff going on.
Yeah.
It was
It was
cool.
wild. It was cool
Yeah.
though.
And the lady who ran it was telling us she's got a whole home set up. And she's like, I sleep with this on. Like, I'm around this, all the time. After I leave the office, I
Wow.
get home to it. And she was talking about the improvements she's seen in her own personal health. She was,
Wow.
probably 70 years old, 75 years old?
Older.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she was like really healthy though, like an amazing, like so with it.
She was glowing. She's like,
Yeah.
I'm in great shape. I feel great. And it was like
Wow.
very clear with the benefits the scalar
it's doing.
is having. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. So cool. So cool.
So I noticed during this session you tapped into a few different age groups. Is that what kind of came to you? Is that something you picked up on?
Absolutely, yeah. What?
Us a little bit about
Absolutely,
that.
I picked it up for the group, and it may be people that are watching now, or it may be for people that are watching later. But when I'm working, a lot of times I feel the different ages, and that's where the energy kind of is coalesced the right word, or became dense, and in connection with traumas and in connection with different things. So somehow in the process of naming those ages and then doing the clearing, and sometimes I'm even naming an organ, like it might be the kidneys and the adrenals that it's connected to, it starts a process of softening and melting and unwinding what was holding it at that age. And we sometimes know what the thing is, and oftentimes don't even need to know what the specific story was, whether your mum looked at you the wrong way at the dinner table, or it was something more severe. In some cases people do know, but it sits there at different ages. So the work is that I pick up what those ages are and what the organs are and what the energy is that's wanting to shift, and then whatever I need gets revealed to help soften it. Yeah.
God, I love that.
That's so cool. And I thought it was funny when you said 5 and 7, I instantly was like, like I felt something. I'm like, was that me? But I don't
It
know.
probably was. Maybe that's what Christopher was picking up on. So, Christopher, I was hoping we could maybe do some stuff with some guests, but I thought maybe since Kayla is our guest host, Kayla could kind of start and open up to you, and maybe you could do a little work on Kayla. You
Sure,
up for it?
absolutely.
Nice. Okay.
Yes. Yep.
Hey, but what,
What do you want me to do?
so what Christopher works on is Christopher has people who come to him, with any type of, hey, I'm struggling with this, or hey, I'm trying to work on this, or this is what I've been going through as of late. And so from there, Christopher kind of tunes in, does his thing, and picks up on, okay, what areas of the body should I focus on? And we'll tune that also towards the heart. But is there anything that you want to bring to Christopher? Is there any type of
Like
struggle?
physical.
Yep, it could be physical, it could be mental. Right, Christopher? Am I on the right track?
Yeah, yeah, and look, it's different every time. I just simply go with where the energy takes me at that time in terms of sound or release statements or activations or whatever. Yeah.
Okay. Is anything considered TMI? It's not.
No,
Okay.
bring anything you want.
The only thing I've been struggling with the last few months is like in the 2 weeks before my period or luteal phase, I get this really intense sadness where it's like almost like I got rid of it before. I almost like manifested it away, and it came back super intensely the last 2 months. And I'm like, wow, how do I like do this without going on a certain, like I don't really want to go on like a medication or anything like that. And I'm trying to like look at like I guess the symbolism of that or what that means or what it could be.
Okay, all right. Thank you. I'll just do a tuning. If you can just close your eyes for a moment and just tune in, and we'll see what wants to come through. So there's an old, it might be quite subtle, but it is around the ages of 5, 7, an old energy of grief or something, or feeling unmet that wants to leave the system. So we're just asking for that to come up so that it can leave, like a little old bugbear that's just sort of sitting there niggling in the system. So we're just going to ask for that to come up to be released and dissolved. There are also big changes in the Earth's resonance, and where you live feels energetically very powerful, or and so there's a lot of changes. So it's sort of almost like a feeling of just observe it. There's nothing wrong. Just observe it and allow it to sort of the system to flush itself out, so to speak. And just feel your heart and solar plexus, Kayla, and we can all do this. And we're going to do the I'm sorries. I'm sorry. You can do it out loud, or you can just do it internally. Either way, I'm sorry you felt sad. Just feel that. I'm sorry you felt sad. I'm sorry you didn't know why this sadness was moving through you. Sorry you didn't know what the answer was straight away. And just feel that. There are also, and I feel like there's a lot of this kind of activity where you guys live as well, but there are definitely these ships around you on the etheric plane, Kayla, and there's lots of guides around you that are working with you, with your body, but also with your business and with a recalibration of the nervous system. So there's a lot of beings and light beings that are working with us at this time. We sometimes know who they are. We sometimes know they're Pleiadian. We sometimes don't know. They could be from any, dimension or whatever. It doesn't matter. But they're just definitely around you and working with you. And they're going to kind of write through you as well, like new ideas, and help support you in so many ways. So just receiving that. And just a deep breath in and out. There's something about they're helping you to take your vision to the next level, whatever that may be, your vision to the next level. And it may involve writing a book, or it may involve just stepping up in different ways, working with, collaborating with people, working with influencers, doing all sorts of things. But there's just this stepping up of the next level. And there's something in connection with working with women as well in there, which is probably already the work you do, but there's a next level coming through for you. And the other thing is just a little bit of magnesium feels really good for the system. So magnesium, I guess salts or oil or whatever, or you take it internally, but magnesium feels really good. And big steps coming this year, and they're just saying one step at a time, but there's like a real incremental step up coming. Yeah. Yeah. There we go.
That was very accurate. Very spot.
Cool.
Just while you're talking, I was almost smiling because I'm like, I have felt like this year I had like a deeper, I guess, understanding or awakening like the end of last year going into this year, and I'm like, okay, I want to change what I'm doing with my business, but I'm like almost like feeling like stagnant. Like I'm like allowing just ideas to come to me, and I'm like, I want to write a book. And he said that, and I was like, I want to do something where I'm working with people again, which I took a break from for a while, which I just started doing. So you're so spot on, and there are a lot of changes. Like, Mike and I are getting married this year. We're gonna buy a house, have a baby. Like, there's a
Nice.
lot of big moving
Big
things.
steps.
Yeah.
Big
So all
steps,
that
yeah.
was very accurate. Yeah.
House, baby, marriage. That's the
Yeah.
trifecta,
The
right?
the biggest of steps.
Yeah. So there's a
And a
lot of like
little
moving stuff. Hmm.
little Pomeranian dog and a white picket fence and a Honda Civic.
Exactly. Exactly right. Exactly.
Awesome. Awesome.
That was
Thank you.
great.
That
That
was
was
awesome.
spot on.
Hmm.
Maybe what we'll do is we'll see if anybody that's tuned in wants to jump in and speak with Chris. We got Marissa in here. We got Sarah in here. We got this iPhone right here. Let me see. Marissa, Sarah, or either you guys want to chit chat with Mr. Christopher Blackwell? Would you guys like to jump on here and kind of chat with him one on one? I know I had some stuff for you today, Christopher, too. I would love to get a little one
Sure.
with you in a moment here. So we'll let them
Sounds
do their
good.
thing. So Christopher, this year's been off to a bang. Great start. I think the energy has felt better this year than it felt in 2025. But as
Yeah.
of late, maybe it's the retrograde mixed with the eclipse, mixed with what. But I have just been feeling this like whiplash like no other, you know? Marissa, I see you in the chat room. We'll get you in here in a second. Give me 1 second here. I'll finish up with Chris and we'll have you jump in into a one-on-one with Christopher as well.
And then I'll come back to you, Mike. But yeah, definitely everything's amped up, and I know with friends and clients that things have just
Are you hearing that?
intensified. Can you hear me, Mike?
Yeah, are you hearing that?
Yeah.
On your end from others, you know what I mean? Like people are
Yeah.
talking
Oh,
about.
yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. And I think it's just shifting our identity and our old emotional body. It's like we've let go of a sort of skin almost last year. The year of the snake, but in the process of letting go of those layers that don't align with us, if we're holding on even a little bit, it's very, very painful, because it's like at some level we're done with that. It's not a natural frequency to be holding on to all these dense energies. So when we do, and then there's the Schumann resonance, the solar flares, the amplification of the frequency on the planet, it's just cooking us. So I would just say bringing intense compassion and witnessing, observing these things, rather than this is me, I'm broken, or I'm this. But it is very intense. So that's why anything you can do, like have a massage, go for a walk, meditate, start juicing if you want to juice, anything you can do to support your nervous system at the moment is really powerful.
We just said we were gonna do a juice cleanse.
We were just talking about that
Thank
literally. We were like, hey, we should get one of those juicers. We should try that. I have a cousin who did that with his wife, and he's like, Mike, it's a game changer. He's like, you get so
Wow.
much clarity. It's kind of like a fast, but he just, it was like a week-long juice thing. And
Wow.
I love the thought of that. It's just there's been a lot of intense energy this last month or two.
Yeah.
And so I just figured I'd bring that up. I'm feeling a lot of that. I'm seeing it at work, with clients and things like that, or with, the ups and
Yeah.
downs and involved in work related business. And then
Yeah.
it's just like I can feel changes in the air too. I can sense that, amongst clients, friends, family. This really is that momentum, that horse year, like you're talking about.
Yeah, and I think there's less and less. I think on the one hand, there's an easier stream to hop on to succeed, but there's also equally some pretty strong pulls from the past. And so it's that we're in that in-between stage where the past is still sort of, patterns are still trying to grip. They don't have any actual power to, but they seem to. And then us moving into the new possibility. And I think there's less places to hide at the moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. So in a sense, it's a grace, but it's not always comfortable.
So I guess what I wanted to bring to you tonight is the level of stress that comes with these emotions and comes with these ups and downs. What can you share, or what can you tap into with me personally? And then I'm sure there's others that are picking up on this. And one of are the biggest things, in life
Mm,
that causes these issues is stress. It creates disease, imbalance, all of the above. And I've noticed
mm,
a lot of stress as of late, in the last month or two.
mm,
And so I figured
mm.
voice that, see where you can tune in, tap into me, see
Yeah,
where maybe that stress is coming from. Um,
sure.
you
Well,
know,
if you want, I can work with you, and then I can work with Marissa after you if you want.
yeah, that's perfect. Yeah,
Because
Marissa put in
so
the chat, she said, have Mike go first.
have my go first. Yeah,
Yeah, and
you're the
then we'll get
host.
first on here.
You're the host. You can do what you want. You're like
Well, hey, I was gonna say we'll jump right into it, and then we'll put Marissa next, and then if Sarah wants to
perfect.
jump in, give her an opportunity. I just want to make sure we're getting through anybody who's tuning in live.
Yeah, perfect. All right. So I keep going to call you Frank because it's written Frank on the thing there.
I love it, right?
Mike,
Love it.
Mike, if you just close your eyes, and anyone else who wants, you can close their eyes. Do not close your eyes if you're currently driving a vehicle. Okay, so close your eyes and just feel into your body. Straight away, I've got the solar plexus, feels tight, a little bit tight. Deep breath in and out. I'm just going to do a little clearing. Anywhere I'm holding tension in my body, my bones, my solar plexus, my spine, my ribs, my hips, holding tight for fear of letting go, that I cannot let go at the moment because I have to hold everything together. And any tension that is causing me, and any belief systems that are connected to this, that I have to hold everything together. We ask that to come to the surface now so that it can be melted, released, dissolved, transmuted. Deep breath in and out. Okay, Mike, what energy are you ready to step into, and just whatever comes to you? Peace?
Peace.
Beautiful. Okay, so just feel that. How does that feel in your body? Just notice that.
Comfortable.
Beautiful. Let that energy of peace, like waves, just move down through your stomach, down into your hips, down your legs, and into your feet. And take some slow, deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And just anything, and this is for anyone else as well who may have it, anything, Mike, that's sitting behind the shoulder blades, just allow the neck and shoulder blades to move a little bit and just to release anything that's sitting around the neck, the shoulder blades, and also the thymus gland and the sternum region, just allowing a little shift, a little opening in that region. And the jaw is a little bit tight at the moment, so just allowing the soft energy of light, golden light, just to move into the jaw region. Just gently unlocking, softening. And we'll just do one final clearing with you, Mike, from anything from the ages 4 or 5 in connection with the father, in connection to feeling like I had to hold my body tight or I had to survive in any way that's sitting in the field. We ask that to come up to the surface now so that it can be dissolved and released from the ages of 4 or 5, where I just felt like I had to hold on or clamp my body tight or just survive in any way. We ask for that to come up so it can be softened, released, dissolved. And just finish in the heart. And we can all do this as well with heart chakra and solar plexus. I'm sorry you judged yourself. I'm sorry you tightened your body. I'm sorry you didn't know how to move through this quicker. I'm sorry you didn't know how to love yourself when you were 4 or 5 or when you were a kid. I'm sorry you felt it wasn't safe then. Sorry you judged your heart. Beautiful. And just slowly over the next 20-30 seconds, just taking some deep breaths in and slowly coming back. One more breath in and out.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
I think what I liked most about that was I had a couple really cool moments. There was just, when we first started, like I could feel like it was almost like a pressure in the back of my head kind of release. Like it was almost like my draining the back of my skull down my neck. And I hadn't felt anything like that. And that was a really cool sensation that I got, like a physical sensation.
Wow.
And about halfway through, it was like after I took a deep breath, I had all of a sudden I could hear, do you have birds in the background? Is that you?
There would be birds in the background. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful. All of a sudden, all of a sudden, I was like, "Oh my god!" It's like I can hear these birds, and I like noticed birds, and I didn't notice that the entire time we've been. And I was like, "Oh, those are so pretty," and that was really cool. It was like a moment of very clarity. So,
yeah.
Thank you for that.
Pleasure, Mike. No problem.
I've seen some really cool results from your work. When I've done one-on-one sessions with you, a year ago, 6 months ago, whenever we've done one-on-one stuff, I also see positive benefits from your work. The modules that I purchased from you that I'll play during my meditation. So you got some just 10 to 15 minute, and I'll meditate to them. I'll just put them on, and I'll get my my chair in my office, and I kind of sit there and do my thing. I'll put that on, and the clarity that comes after that is beautiful. And it's like there's something with the voice, like the way it resonates, like I don't know, I feel lighter, I feel better. And especially the morning after, what I've noticed is how we do these once a month, like tomorrow morning and the next morning, I always get up with like a lighter feeling.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So thank you.
I love it.
Yeah,
pleasure. Yeah, that's what we want. It's lightness and
Yeah, it feels good.
Yeah.
I think what we should do is have Marissa jump on with us, and she can tell you a little bit about what she's looking to capture from today. Marissa, are you with us? It's up to you. I'll unmute you, but you can be on screen,
Hold on.
off screen. Let me see. Hold on.
Wait, let her. I think
Is she doing it?
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, I unmuted myself and then you muted me back.
Sorry, Marissa.
It's okay.
Fired.
So I am one of
Marissa.
Kayla's. Hi. I'm one of Kayla's clients.
I know. I knew. It was I was like, I love Marissa. I'm so
fun. Thanks for doing it.
And so like everything you were saying about Year of the Snake last year definitely hit for me because there were a lot of things that came up and purged and like just things that didn't align anymore. And it got to
Yeah.
the point where I realized where I was before my work environment, it was
Yeah.
like dragging me backwards. Like I knew
Mm.
who I was and who I wanted to be, and it felt like little stolen moments of happiness, whereas like I would
Mm.
find little joys in my day to day, but it's like so many things were trying to push me back into who I was before. And I finally had
Mm.
this like realization like I need to leave. And it was like really random because I was walking on the hallway and it's like I should put in my notice. Nothing bad
Wow.
happened. Nothing, it was just like you need to put in your notice. And I dragged my
Wow.
feet on it. Like I dragged my, I'm like, let me just hold on. Let me just wait for this. Let me save up some money.
Mm.
And I dragged it on probably for about 4 to 6 weeks. And then finally, it was just like piling up like reasons to
Yeah. Yeah.
leave. And so finally, one day I just put in the notice. And the way that the company that I was working for was that you had to give a 30-day notice. So my last day ended up being a Monday, which was March 2nd. But I thought
Yeah.
it was very funny because it was March 2nd was my final day there, like as I'm leaving. And that was like the day of I think it was an eclipse and a blood moon.
Uh,
And so I
Oh, of
was like,
course.
yeah, so I was just like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. Um,
I
but
love
since
it.
then, I've just kind of gone into hermit mode because
Mm.
I realized there's a lot of things that bring me joy, but my entire life I was being squished into a box because it's like you
Mm.
have to
Mm.
go to college, you have to go and become to a professional
Yeah.
school, you have to like work hard. Like, and when I
Mm.
think work hard, it's like you have to put in like lots of effort and lots of hours, but I
Mm.
realize that doesn't align with who I am. Um,
And that's
Mm.
a story we've been taught.
Mhm.
yeah,
Mm.
Totally
exactly.
BS. Yeah, the more I relax, the more I receive. When I started doing that in my work environment, my business exploded. I don't chase any business. My business comes to me.
Yeah. And
Amazing.
see,
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with that, and I'm moving in that direction. But the other day, I think maybe I was off for like an entire week, and I had agreed to do
Mm.
fill-in. I went to go do the filling job, and it was a great clinic. Like I'm a healthcare provider, and I everything
Mm.
was great. The patients like adored me. Like they were all having like very deep conversations and connecting, and I was like, man, these
Mm.
patients are like having like such long conversations. And the tech was like, oh yeah, she's like they usually aren't like that. I was like, okay, so it's like they were, it was like me that was like bringing that out of them. And I was like, okay. But like halfway through clinic, I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't even know if I want to be in this
Mm.
profession anymore. And it was not anything like I still like what I do. I just
Mm.
don't like the games we play. Like I live in the US, and in the US there's a lot of
Mm.
insurance games. So it's like you have to
Mm.
play all these games in order to get paid, and you have to like decide between, providing good quality care and seeing enough patients and volume to be able to make more money. And you either have to
Mm.
own and have all the problems, or you work for someone else and then it's like everything's on their terms. And I don't, I like what I do,
Mm.
but I don't agree with the structure of it anymore. And so now I'm
Mm.
like, I've actually like decided, I'm like, I don't know if this is what I want to do long term. Like I have some savings to like kind of sit with it for a little bit, but at the same time, it's like I'm not sure what I'm doing. And it's like I just keep oscillating between like I still feel
Mm.
like it's a line, but it's like, oh, I want to travel. Maybe I should do a whole different career. Maybe I should, it's just like I don't know where I'm at. It's just kind of like I'm floating all over the place.
Beautiful. Well, there's somewhere to start, floating all over the place.
Yeah.
We'll go from there. Perfect. Thanks, Marissa. I'm gonna tune in if you close your eyes, or you don't have to
Okay.
close your eyes, but it's just more meditative, and I will take everything you've said on board, and we'll see where it leads us. How about that?
Okay. Sounds good.
Beautiful. Okay. Okay, you've got a lot of creative energy around you, and the travel energy around you is really big as well. So I don't know where that fits in, but there's a lot of energy around you creating something new and traveling. I understand you've got to sit with where your money is and how much you got saved and everything, but there is strong travel energy around you. And just keep getting trust the creative pull. There's this creative pull in you, and you're going to land on your feet. Like it's going to, and you've got really good people skills, so you can use those in different environments, and it's almost like a feeling of getting creative with what you've done. It doesn't mean that you like let go of your job if you've got no money in your account or anything. Like, you know what I mean? And just, I'm going to just walk down the streets, unless you're having 100,000% faith, in which case go for it. But, you know, you've got to go with where your current belief systems are. But it's just this feeling of you're going to be really, really guided, and creativity, writing, travel. And I do see lots of new possibilities coming up, and almost through the energy of fun that you're going to get ideas for work coming up for you as well. So I'm going to get you to, it's coming up for you to release a regret that you've been holding on to, Marissa. You don't have to say this out loud unless you want to. You can just say it internally. And I now release the regret, like just a regret that you've been holding for a while. And it's like, just feel it, and just, if you know what it is or what's coming up to you now, I'm now releasing. It's like I'm putting down this boulder that I've been holding, and regret that's been affecting the sacral, solar plexus. But it's not a major thing, but it's enough to be like, it feels heavy in my life. I don't want to carry this anymore. And it may even be connected with the way that you talk to yourself, or how much you trust yourself. But there's something that just wants to be put down now. Okay, and I'm going to do a clearing now. This is for everyone. I release the belief that it has to take a long time. That shifting realities and perceptions and healing has to take a long time. I shift and release that belief system now. Shift the belief that it has to be, I'm losing this to gain that. I'm losing something. What if you're just gaining? What if you're just experiencing the next steps for you? And what if you don't have to get it right or wrong? So let's release and dissolve the thing that I have to lose something. And the words that are coming, Marissa, is that you've got so much more power than you think, so much more access to power than you think, and just trusting that, and watching the mind that's going to come up and say, but how, and just going, okay, well, what am I really getting intuitively right now? What is the grounded step that I feel? What is exciting me right now? And when I come from that energy, what is possible? And you only have to take one inspired action step at a time. Feel your solar plexus, and everyone else can do this, and just feel the energy of the sun in there, Marissa, like a big, warm, glowing sun in the solar plexus region. Ram, now charge it up. Ram, 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 ram. And if you got off this call today, Marissa, and anyone else who's listening, knowing or tuning into that place that already knows that anything is possible and that you're going to be so looked after, how much would your life shift? And just to get you to maybe respond to that, like just to feel that in your body, how much would your life shift if you just knew that you couldn't get it wrong, and that you were just so looked after and there was unlimited possibilities for you? How would things shift for you? And if you want to share, you can. If you don't, you can just keep it inside. But what would shift if you knew there was unlimited possibilities? What would shift if you knew you had access to the same power that turns the planets and in their orbit, and makes the wind, and created the earth, and that same power that's flowing through you, what would be possible if you knew that you had access to that? And you didn't play small anymore. You didn't choose to live in smallness and regret and my problems. And also, it's really important to watch our language. You know, how often do we tell ourselves it's not possible, I'm not good enough, I don't deserve this, you know, and then our nervous system responds to the language we use. What if we started being aware of the language that we use and saying, I love you, you're doing so well, you've got this, amazing things are coming for you. This is only the start of what's possible. And see yourself taking action steps in different areas of your life. See yourself, visualize yourself as this new possibility. Letting go, or not recreating yourself from an old identity, but from a clean slate. This is who I am now. This is the sort of person. This is how I show up. This is how life operates for me. Because life responds to what we think is normal, to what we pulse out or vibrate as the most common frequency or belief system. Life reflects that back, and then we call that normal. But it's not normal, it's just normal for us, because that's what we're giving out. That's like the people that believe that everybody lies and cheats, and so what do they meet? They meet people that lie and cheat, you know. And then the people that generally think that people are good, they tend to see that in people. Now, I'm not saying there's not people that are doing all sorts of things, but what do you expect to see? And I think you've got amazing creativity and social skills, Marissa, and that combination, and having fun, being grounded but having fun, and just anything is possible, and you don't have to have all the answers yet. So just holding you in the light, and hope that helped. If you've got any questions or comments or thoughts, just jump in.
The accuracy of that is kind of spooky. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
I love it.
Okay.
Like in a good way, because like you hit
Okay.
all these things that I've been going through in the last few days, and it's just so funny. Like as far as creativity, like the only things I've been interested in like doing is like maybe I should take an art class, maybe I should take a cooking class, maybe I should do watercolors, maybe I can do clay work. And then I was just thinking about it early today, where it's like, you know, I have really good social skills. I'm very good at networking and making connections with people. I'm like, I wonder how I could get
Yeah.
into that like field.
Yeah.
So it's like, even like the things that you were saying that I was like struggling with, like I actually like laughed out loud, because it's like, are you in my head right now? Like, why? How does he know that that's the thing I said earlier today? And so
That's
I
the
don't know.
field. He's tapping into the field.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he tapped in real quick.
I don't know. I don't know, but the field knows.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was very helpful. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Absolute pleasure. Awesome. Thanks, Marissa.
That was great, Marissa. Thank you so much for jumping on with
Thank
us.
you
Yeah.
for joining. You're so going in your feminine energy too, and that's all. It's just the answers will naturally come the more you relax.
I love that. All right, let's see. Sarah, did you want to jump on? Did you have anything you wanted to share with Christopher? All right, perfect. Go ahead and you can unmute yourself on your ring. Chris, you got time for one more?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, perfect.
Hi there.
Hello.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
We hear you.
Sorry,
loud
yeah.
and clear.
Very cool. It's late on my end. I'm in New England, so it's like 11:30 p.m. and I'm usually asleep by 9. So
Thank you for tuning in.
yeah,
you.
no, I was excited to make it happen. So
Feel great tomorrow morning, I swear.
yeah. I'm usually bouncing up by 6 a.m. anyways. I'll be good.
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 Nice.
Awesome. Yeah. It's funny just to hear the contrast with what Marissa was saying, because I literally said to my business partner earlier, man, I wish I just like went to a regular college and like got a degree and got like a job where I can have health insurance because I'm just like been a creative my entire career. I opened my business when I was 19, had no clue what I was doing.
Wow.
Feel like I still don't. Like
Welcome to the
I'm that
club.
kind of design things on a whim person, and a feeling.
Nice.
And I love the freedom of it so much, but I also just continue to feel a little bit like getting to the point where I feel comfortable and then I just fall off again. And I just am like starting over continuously. I'll restructure my pricing. I'll like get a second job. And I've had, a second job since I was graduated. And yeah, I just kind of have had a country song of a year. My cat died.
Exactly.
My partner left me back in
Oh,
January,
wow.
and I'm dealing with a family member in hospice right now. So, like,
Mm,
things have just gotten to this point where I'm like, okay, I am ready
mm,
for anything. I'm just so open right now to
mm,
just get this guidance or feeling
mm,
to be like, what do I need to move towards or away from? Or like, how do I just
mm,
feel at ease? I guess everything is just continued to just feel like this struggle of like, I want to be happy, but I'm being confronted with like, am I able to have what I want to be happy?
mm. Wow, that's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sarah. All right. So, first, because there's a bit of pain in there as well, obviously, with everything going through. So, let's just feel into the heart, and everyone can do this, but Sarah specifically. You might want to put a hand on your heart, that's up to you. And just take some slow, deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And the first thing that's coming, and you may answer this or you may just feel into this, is what are you rushing yourself with to come to a conclusion on? There's something that you're rushing yourself, you're rushing your system to come to a conclusion on something rather than trusting your innate knowing that all is well and that you're in the right place and that you can pivot from where you are. So where are you rushing yourself to come to a conclusion or fix something? And just observe that rushing energy, not as a right or wrong, just as a movement of energy. Okay. Beautiful. And what's coming, Sarah, is what's the biggest gift you could give yourself? If you had your little inner child there, Sarah, at the age of 4 or 5, what's the biggest gift? What is she wanting? What is she wanting you to say to you? Gift her. What are you ready to receive from yourself? And just tune in, and you may have an answer come up. You may just feel into it. And what would my life be like if I stopped using the language, and also externally but internally, that I don't know what I'm doing and I don't know where I'm going and I'm not doing it right, or I'm in the wrong place, I should have cleared this by now, I should be here, I should be there, because that all just becomes stress, or like a wind in the system. It aggravates the wind energy, that mental energy, which then goes to the adrenals, which then goes to and that's understandable because you've had a lot of things going on and you're in fight or flight around those things. But what if you could just slow everything down and trust that the slower you go with this, like Mike said before, the more you soften and the more you relax, the more is going to drop in, including around your career and all sorts of things. There's a slow anchored energy that's been called for here, is what I feel. It's like a grounding anchored energy in your business, in terms of your pricing. And there's also like observing, who am I showing up as? So yes, there's the pricing, and you can fix and change that and intuitively as you're guided, but who am I showing up as in life? What am I telling myself on a daily basis? What are my daily action steps? Where am I judging myself rather than just experiencing that life has come to help me transform in situations? Where am I judging myself and making my heart wrong? And we might just go to some of those heart, solar plexus, compassion, keys, healings now. So put your hand on your heart and your solar plexus, and everyone can do these as well. You do these at home, kids. Okay, so feeling the heart, feeling the solar plexus, Sarah. I'm sorry you judged yourself. Yeah, just feel that. I'm sorry he left you. I'm sorry you've had so much shit to deal with this year that you can't even think straight. I'm sorry sometimes you couldn't feel the innocence, the playfulness, the joy, or the meaning of all this and life. Sorry you didn't always know how to soothe yourself. And just really saying this to the heart and to the child within. Sorry you made yourself wrong. I'm sorry you didn't know how to see the perfection in it all. It just seemed like a shit show. I'm sorry you felt like, well, the universe owes me now with anger. The universe better pay up now with all this going on. You owe me one. I'm sorry you didn't acknowledge how brave your heart is. I'm sorry you didn't acknowledge the opportunity that you have here in a physical body, transmuting all of these dense emotions into a new possibility. I'm sorry you didn't know how to make your business go ahead as quickly as you would like, or it always seemed to come back to square one. Sorry you judged yourself for not going down the formal path of life. Health insurance, this, that, superannuation, whatever else. I'm sorry most of all that you made your heart wrong for all this. I feel that. And as you're doing that, I'm just getting the ages of 6 or 7 in connection probably with the mother, but it could be both parents, mother and father. And we're just going to clear something, Sarah, that's sitting there around the heart. And anyone else who has anything that's at this age, sitting there around the heart chakra in terms of the parents and safety and trust and feeling heard, or feeling that a resentment built up. And it could have been something small, it could have been a major event. Either way, an impression that has been sitting in the heart. And it's around trust and trusting the flow of life. And what if you could allow that to start playfully, joyously dissolving now? And what if you could, right now, in the same place that that other stuff sat in your heart, create a new possibility for yourself? Imagine a flower blooming in the heart chakra now. And what new possibility you could create for yourself now. Not from rush, not from panic, not from getting it right, from still, alert, acceptance, excitement, joy. What would be fun? What could I create for myself? If I never had to get anything right again and I was just creating from my heart, from playfulness, what could I create? And an exercise, and anyone can do this, but an exercise, Sarah, could be every day. I'm sorry, I love you, to your heart, to your body. Or I love you so much. You say that to every cell of the body, just for 30 seconds to a minute, just bringing that I love you in. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. And if you have any questions, Sarah, or anything comes up, I'm just holding you in the light. Feel free to jump in. I might just do one more sound to finish it. Okay, just coming back into your body when you're ready. Don't know why I've got my hand up. Got
Thank
a
you.
question for myself. Thanks, Sarah. How did you feel? Anything you want to share? If not, that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think just, it was again a reminder because I keep kind of saying this mantra to myself, like nothing is urgent, and just trying to kind of calm myself
Mm,
down. Um,
mm.
because I tend to, yeah, get in that. And then when you said the flower in
Mm,
the heart, a few years ago, I started part-time learning how to farm on an organic veggie farm, and I got to
oh
actually
wow,
be a flower apprentice last two
wow.
years ago. And it's something I dream to just like, that's what I'm visualizing is like having a place where I can just farm. And I feel like I'd be okay with just being outside all day with the flowers and the bees. So
Sounds good.
that's where my
Sounds
mind
good.
goes to calm myself down.
Nice. I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
Out,
thank
out
you.
with the flowers and the bees. I
Yes.
love it.
Sarah, that
Yeah,
was really cool how you shared your mantra. So
yeah.
like one of the mantra I started using the last month or so, about my last month and a half is I am safe in my own body. That's made me
Mm,
feel really good as of late. So maybe try that too. I am safe in
Mm,
my own body.
mm,
yeah, thank
I love
you.
that. And you're so spot on with the being outside and gardening. That's all Mike and I want to do
mm.
is build a house in the middle of nowhere and farm all day. So we relate
Yes.
to with that.
Could not agree with you more, Sarah.
We'll all be there soon, hopefully.
Right. Well, thank you for sharing that too. It's so funny, like these concepts and what we're all sharing and talking about. We're all
Mm,
going through something similar or a different version of
Mhm.
that. And so like everything Christopher is sharing that may be for Sarah or Marissa or Kayla,
mm,
it's affecting all of us, It doesn't matter if you're male, female, whatever. It's like it's this energy field that we're all part of, and it's why we're experiencing this topsy turvy, like eclipse retrograde energy, and it's like, oh my gosh, so much is coming in. We're all the hive mind. We're all tuned into this, and
mm,
so it's cool watching us come together. And like Sarah in New England, we're here in Arizona. Christopher's in Australia. It's so cool. We're all over the globe right now, but all together, and I think
mm.
that is so cool.
It is.
Christopher, you have a gift, my friend. I already feel more relaxed.
Mhm.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And that's what
I'm glad.
I've realized, the trick is how much can you calm down? How much can how good can you allow your nervous system to feel? And the
Mm,
more you relax, the more you receive. And it's we
yeah.
twist ourselves into these pretzels because society tells us to. And I saw this on social media, and my parents told me this. And oh my God, my school teachers told me that. And so we live under all this bullshit, artificial idea of what life is supposed to look like or what you're supposed to accomplish or achieve. And it's all
Mm,
bullshit.
Yeah, and I think
yeah.
Christopher said it best at the beginning, how it's about remembering you're already perfect. Like there's nothing to try and fix, and we view the world through the lens of our belief systems that aren't really real. And we go, "That's how it is. That's how I've always seen it." And it's like, yeah, because that's the
Mm.
perspective you're looking through, but you're never really that, and you've never really been that. So I think he said it best at the beginning too.
Beautifully. Yeah, beautifully said, Kayla. And for me, it's about not fixing but transforming, and but coming from the knowing that you're authentically already free, and we're just
Hmm.
transforming the old, or moving the what's that saying where you turn shit into gold? There's probably not,
Yeah, yeah.
that's probably
No,
not,
but
yeah.
you're right. Yeah.
That's,
Turn the
it's, you know
lead
what I
into
mean.
gold. Yep.
Lead into gold.
Yep.
Sorry about
Yep.
that. Lead and lead.
That's it. We come here to learn how to be those alchemists. You're absolutely right. That must be an American
Get
thing.
Christopher, get your sayings right before you get in the podcast, boy.
Over here in
Um,
America.
I think it is lead into gold. Yeah, yeah.
It is. It is.
Um,
But that's what
um,
we're supposed to learn, to be the alchemist, to take
to
pain,
alchemize.
sorrow,
Yeah,
yep,
Hmm.
and transmute it into this ever
yeah,
lasting knowing of
yeah,
love and security and peace and this grounding energy of no matter
yeah.
what the hell's going on outside of me, it doesn't matter. It matters what's going on inside of me.
Absolutely.
You
And then
know?
the external usually changes, but we have to change. We have to shift on the inside, regardless of whether the external changes or not. And I think that's the key. It's like I'll do the inner work and feel really, really happy, but only if I get my soulmate. and
Yeah,
it doesn't work like that. You're trading, you're doing a deal with God or with your own alignment. It's like alignment first, and then what am I moved to do? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's perfectly said.
I think that's beautiful.
Yeah.
This session was great, Christopher. I really appreciate you taking the time to share. Normally we only take 3, so it was really cool that you did 4 this evening with us. So thanks for taking that little special time. This was
Absolute
awesome.
pleasure.
It was great having our co-host,
Yeah.
Miss Love Coach
Yeah,
on
Kayla, thank
with us
you.
today in Frank's absence. Frank is out of town right now with his wife, Karen, but he'll be back next week in the hot seat. I'm actually sitting in Frank's chair right now, so I'll be sitting where Kayla's sitting next week. But this has just been such a great evening. I love doing these events with you, Christopher, because I literally walk out of here feeling different, and it's crazy. And it's just through
Yeah.
taking a moment, setting a few intentions, opening up to a group of like minds, and then
Yeah.
you sharing your gift of, your voice, your talent, your skill set with us. So thank you so much, Christopher.
Yeah, absolute pleasure. I love being here. It's awesome. Yeah, thank you,
Well-
Marissa and Sarah and Frank for joining in as well.
Absolutely. So this is our 4th energy center. We've got 3 left in this series that we're working on with Christopher.
Yeah.
Next week, what will we be doing? Is that going to be the throat?
Next month will be throat chakra.
Next month. Yeah, excuse me. So
Yeah.
second Wednesday of each month, we'll get good about
Yep.
sending out our email invites. Thank you all for tuning in. Again, Christopher, real fast for those watching the replay and stuff like that, where can people find information, like if they want to book a one-on-one with you, sir?
Yeah, so I'll leave a link. So just a chat with Chris, and they can talk, and we'll connect, and we'll see if my work aligns from them and what I do that aligns for them. And also, I'll leave a link. I've got a Miracles Academy, which I started about 2 months ago. People are getting amazing shifts in that. So we have live weekly calls, which are all energy calls where we work through different things, money, health, and we really help people to get their dreams out there in the world, but taking committed, powerful action. So it's really bringing magic and commitment together in the group. So it's for people who really are ready for a powerful shift. So I'll leave you both of those links. Yeah.
Perfect. Throw that in the chat. We'll throw that in the description of this clip.
Yeah.
Other than that, Kayla, where can people find you?
Me on TikTok,
On TikTok.
Instagram, YouTube. It's just Love Coach Kayla. But this was awesome. I love joining these, even when I'm not the fill-in host.
Yeah,
I love joining these. Like, I remember last time I joined, my son was like sitting on the couch, and he's like, as soon as you started doing the different sounds, he was like, I can feel my hands vibrating. This is so cool. Yeah.
I know
that's
that
awesome.
feeling so well. It's like my cells light up every time because I close my eyes and you start using your voice, and I can feel like my body tingling. I know exactly what he's talking about.
And thank you, Kayla, for co-hosting. You did an amazing job.
Thank you.
Great job. Well, thank you to all for tuning in. We will be back every second Wednesday with Mr. Christopher Blackwell live. Thank you so much, Christopher, for sharing your gift with our community. We so appreciate you.
Pleasure.
Thank you so much. Some of our most watched Perspective Shift episodes are because of you. So thank you.
Pleasure. Love being here, and yeah, look forward to next month.
We'll see you next month. Thanks so much for
everyone.
tuning in, guys.
Go.
Bye, guys.
Catch up.
Bye, guys.